Hello, welcome to this artist lecture and sort of introduction to the photo scavenger hunt, which is your first photography assignment for ART142. Before we start looking at previous student work, we're going to look a little bit on sort of the assignment. So the assignment sheets will always have sort of instructions, some information formatting, and then the rubric at the end. So for this first assignment, you're going to shoot at least 36 photos. You're encouraged to shoot way more since you're not limited by film, using the criteria listed below. So again, shoot more than 36, please. This is for you to get comfortable shooting with your camera and thinking about what images you want to take and shooting in manual. I will be checking your EXIF data to make sure you're shooting manual, so no semi-auto like aperture or shutter priority program or just auto. Look at our discussion when we talk a little bit about point of view. Don't just stand at a picture, take out a face on. Move around, try different angles. Try up close, try far away, just to get some variety. Think about what you want your image to say. We haven't done too much thinking about what images could be, so keep that in mind, but think about what an image could be instead of just an image of something. Think about what your subject may want to, your subject may reflect on your viewer, so definitely have fun shooting. You want to take some visually interesting compositions. Take any sort of composition knowledge you had previously and bring it into this. We will have discussions and lectures on composition. All your photographs must be new. So if you've taken images previously, they will not count. So keep that in mind. So here's a list of 18 items. It might be a little more difficult now we're in quarantine, but 2 images of the same person, animal or insect, building, sunrise or sunset, inside of a room during the day, something that's discarded, 2 night photos outside, 2 landscape, 2 photos of something very close up, of a reflection, interesting shadow, inside of a room at night, a rock, cactus, something moving, a group of people, you, and food. Please try to stick to the list. Don't try to go outside of it. So keep to the list. So try to have at least half your images shot early. So when we are doing our demos on processing your photographs, you get to actually use your own photographs instead of the zip file. You will need to create a contact sheet. There will be a demo on it. The demo, you're not turning anything in, you're just learning how to turn in the contact sheet. And you'll use these images for the upcoming demos as well. You will choose your favorite 10 images from the assignment, and you'll use Photoshop to correctly expose and create visually dynamic images. So you're only picking 10 out of your 36. You'll turn your 10 file photographs images on canvas as JPEGs. So if you're shooting camera raw, which you should be shooting camera raw if your camera has that capability, turn them in as JPEGs. So your images should be no smaller than 8 by 10 images. All your pictures should be larger than that. Don't try to conform it to that size. If it's larger than 8 by 10, perfect. If it's smaller, let me know. Maybe we can have a discussion on how to change your settings on your camera. No watermarks on your photographs, so don't try to put like a copyright Sally Joe on it. Your images will have a certain file name. So your file names will be your name, _ sh for scavenger hunt, _ number.jpg, i.e. Samantha Austin _ sh _ 01.jpg. You'll create a Google Drive folder, your name -- scavenger hunt on Canvas. All your images and your contact sheet will be in it. You don't have to send me your EXIF data. I checked that in Adobe Bridge. And if you have questions on it, there is a demo on Google Drive, and I'm always happy to answer questions as well. If I cannot read your EXIF data, you will get a 0. I need to know how you're shooting. Your images have to be shot in manual mode, no auto or semi-auto, and it's for 50 points. So let's look at some previous student work. Make it nice and big. Alright, so these are past student projects. I've taught this at 2 different schools, and all of my classes do the scavenger hunt assignment. So definitely play around with your different camera modes. You can play around with your depth of field to get that nice, beautiful, soft depth of field, or you can play with that nice, deep depth of field. Take a variety of images. Think about what you're inspired by shooting. So we go through some of the photography resources. There's a lot of blogs or Instagrams of artists to be inspired by. If you're taking portraits of your friends, try not to have them like cheesing. You know, definitely, these aren't pictures to go on Facebook or Instagram. These are pictures to be for your fine art photography course. And sometimes the most mundane thing could be interesting, so keep that in mind when you're shooting. If you're shooting at night, bump that ISO up. We are not going to be using flash for this course, so try to challenge yourself not to use your on-camera flash. You're not going to get points off if you use flash for this assignment, but I really don't want you to use flash if possible. If you're kind of stuck on what to shoot, or if you're stuck at home, take your camera for a walk. Explore somewhere new. Give yourself a challenge. And if you're really stuck, email me. I have tons of prompts to help you get excited and ready for shooting. I'd like you to keep your photographs in color. Don't try to process them in black and white, but this was a very nice shot. I had to include it. And these are all student assignments, so this isn't fine art professional photographers. These are just fine art images that are made by students. Alright, so that's sort of the end of the assignment. So I hope you really enjoy looking at what other students did. They come into this class with sort of varying degree of experience, but definitely have fun and play with what you can do, and what images you want to make. So I'm excited to see what you take, and all of your classmates will be excited to see in the critique. So have fun, take a camera out, and get shooting.